wild like the wolves in the night. When you showed me tenderness, love had me blind. Walk in the woods through your eyes. You were a mystery in a disguise. Moving like a whisper on the wind of this year. Forget what you told me, I'll make it out alive. Hold on to your memory, baby, if you hear me, I will find out where we came from. I keep my head held high, strong enough to live another day. I tried 1,000 times, wish we could rewind, but we gone our separate ways. Separate ways, separate ways, a separate way. I keep my head held high. I tried 1,000 times. We could rewind, but we gone our separate ways. Separate ways. Drawn like a moth to the flame. I was a fool for you, stuck in your game. Died in the heart of your lies. I couldn't see the dark inside the light. Creeping on the down low, didn't know what I know. Now you try and tell me I cannot see the truth. Hold on to our memory, baby, if you hear me. Now I know how you did me wrong. I keep my head held high, strong enough to live another day. I tried 1,000 times, wish we could rewind, but we gone our separate ways. Separate ways, separate ways, a separate way. I keep my head held high. I tried 1,000 times. We could rewind, but we gone our separate ways. Separate ways. We could rewind, but we gone our separate ways.
Good time zones, everybody, and welcome. It's Monday, and we're now back on at least a consistent time frame for everybody else, even if we are now in British sleep-deprived time. Greetings, Frauke, Raven, and Shadow. So, yeah, I have game sounds muted during pre-roll and startup. And so, I stepped outside of IKEA, and I didn't hit... I had no warning. Ahem. It didn't kill me. But you are not doing a very good job. Didn't you warn me? Why didn't you warn me? Actually, I think it jumped down on me, so there's not so much you could do there. Beware the shrubbery. Yes, the shrubberies are attacking already. It's going to be one of those days. I don't know. You spend 30 seconds outside of your house. Well, outside of IKEA. Hardly my house. This is just where I go to collect materials. You spend 30 seconds outside of IKEA and something attempts to blow you up. I mean, really? Did I just... I didn't even know that you could... Actually, I think I did know that you could do that. Right. Where did that horse go? Come back here, you. Look. Thank you. Yes. Pre-broken in horse. Wow. That's a lot of health. Not the best of jumpers. What are we looking at? 2 blocks? Yeah. Not the best of jumpers, but hey. Oof. You, sir, are speedy. So, over the weekend, I spent a little bit of time out on the range, drawing a path between builds. So there's now a path between IKEA and the caldera, which is what we're currently running along, which quite nicely lines up with... I mean, of course it quite nicely lines up. It was... why is there a hole there? Minecraft. That one's not a suicide shrub. I think that one was there and I just didn't fill it in. But hey, that's actually feels almost faster than flying. Almost. Not quite. But it's at least comparable. Have some hay. Thank you for your services. How is everybody this Monday? It's, no chicken. It's, yes. It's one of those sort of, oh god, it's Monday already. Oh no, tired is bad. Tired isn't so good. The other thing I did over the weekend, I filled this shulker box with a few blocks of amethyst, and oh my god, amethyst buds and clusters. Clusters not so bad. You can just wander off, and they'll grow fully. But if you happen to want the buds, you have to hang around and get them with a silk touch, just at the right time. Small, easy. Medium, slightly boring. Large, oh my god. Which is why there's only a stack and a bit. Stack and a third, I think that is. Right. Let us get into this. So, I was having a think about how to get down into the cavern, and I've decided to go with both .gif as of the suggestions that we discussed last week. I need a way that is good for me, and a way that is good for the world design. World design, you know. Thing. There's some words that are just... yeah. Words is bad here. Either way, I know what I'm trying to say, just not doing very well. And so, it sort of feels right that an elevator would probably be very good. And for those days when something goes wrong with the elevator, and or, you know, when a crystal grows through it, which might happen, an emergency escape staircase. So I've had to think, and the staircase can go this side. Hey, CB. And the lift can go here. I just now need to build the lift. Also, because I was feeling spectacularly lazy, or more to the point, spectacularly not like getting blown up every time I'm down here, I spent a little time over the weekend lighting the place up. And even then, it still feels absolutely enormous. And has this slight annoyance in the corner. So, odds are, something will manage to pop out of at least one section, corner, or generally annoying thing out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I start from here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. Right. So let's start building in a lift. Did I say hi to CB? I'm having one of those. Brain can't remember more than about 2.5 seconds. Good lord. The aces. Wow. 5 short of a full stack. Probably a pretty good description of my sanity right now. 5 short of a full stack. I did say hi, CB. That's good to know. My grip on reality is tenuous at best, and sometimes I can't remember. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so this one would be the pillar. Yeah. I mean, that said, I've been very lazy today. I took the day off, and I have spent most of the day watching Jack Reacher, because I hadn't watched season 1, and I thought it was interesting. I'm about 5 episodes in. Can't remember if there's 6 or 8, but it's been interesting. I got distracted by listening to the Sport and Chunks being recorded this week. Yikes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. Going up. He goes up to the up, then back down to the down. So I'm going with the polished deep slate that happens to be basalt. Because of my old preference that it tends to look an awful lot like petrified stone, which, as far as I'm concerned, particularly in this instance, is a good thing. I mean, this stuff is going to have been here for a couple of millennia. Whoops. Hello, Glow Squid. You died faster than I did. Which is probably not a good thing. Let's at least make that look like it's embedded into the stone properly. That one's already done. That's good. And since I hate roisting blocks. I mean, these crystals, yeah, they've been naughty. No, wait, what? They have definitely had time to grow. Oh, I apparently didn't mean to do that one. Oh, hey. Deep slate iron. I know I probably should have just, mined that out a little bit easier. Right, this area is not going to be a mine, so I'm going to ignore the deep slate iron in the wall. Contrary to that sort of moment. The obvious one being, I have 2 iron farms. Why would I go iron hunting? Right, that one definitely needs fixed. Hey, TGM. Now, that raises an interesting question. Would the pillar have... What? Hail? Now I am confused. Other than hail hydrate, where did I involve the word hail? Am I losing it? I mean, don't answer that one. The obvious answer is yes. Oh. Your weather. Sun, spring, winter. Yeah. Oops. I found the ceiling. There we are. Ow. That was not what I meant to place there, but hey. At some point I would like to come through here and make it so that I don't need torches everywhere. The torch spam annoys me. Right. Okay, now we've got the 4 pillars of... yeah. Something approximating a lift. Let's see. Yeah, let's... Let's do this. And on the open sides, we'll do this as well. So it looks like it's kind of, sort of, held together structurally. Not going to do that one. I should probably also put a torch here temporarily. Because something tells me that's not... I wonder. Hey, it works! What do you know? I also see areas where the world is spawnable. But that ledge has got to go. Time to remove it. I don't know why I decided that it was easiest to land in the drink. But, hey, right. And now, of course, the fun thing is, how do I get out of here? And I left my bed on the surface. And my spare bed. Ow. 10 out of 10 for accuracy. Minus 5 million for planning ahead. Planning ahead? Why the heck would I do that? Right. So... kind of feel like I could do with a bit of crystal here to make it look like this. The reason why this... Ooh, okay, apparently I... Okay, thank you, Twitch. Apparently I just resubscribed to somebody. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. It's one of those, I'm midstream, why am I subscribing to someone? Standard renewal. Hey, Tor. And a Cyber! Greetings, Cyber. Right, let's use some of this well-earned material. God. I should probably have actually used something that gave me proper usable deep slate, rather than... yeah. I hate the fact that I actually find it more useful to have deep slate cobble. Trying to make stuff for D&D with mixed results. You're not supposed to mash up the monsters. Right, let's do something silly and take this stack and a half of deep slate that I would much rather have as cobble deep slate and just murder it. This was probably a bad idea. Fortunately, I'm not going to hit world height, seeing as how we're at sea level. Those with vertigo, why are you watching me? Given the number of things that I fall off of that are tall, having vertigo and watching my streams is a bad idea. That's one stack. At least I got a relatively decent fortune pickaxe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. What I might do is bring a stone cutter. CR calculations. Use those trying to account for self-heal when the creature... Okay. For those of us who don't understand all of the nomenclature, what the heck is CR? Challenge rating. Ah, okay. What? Okay. Thank you. Right. I think... Whoops. You can really quickly fall down those stairs. This feels like it should have been something that was a little bit more taken over. So let's do that. Like so. Also, I was listening to Pixel Riffs after I built what I did, and the general consensus was this stuff goes lovely with a darker colour around it, and I'm not... I think it would be interesting if the thought that this built created, yeah, let's go with created, some of the deep slate with it. as it grew would be an interesting concept. Actually, no, let's put that one as but only the cobbled. Guideline for when the party goes squish. I'm just going to assume I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and that it's probably safer for me not to. Things that make things go squish. Sounds like me trying to build something. I tend to fall off of them and go squish. Squish! Great. Now I sound like that I was about to say, that demented penguin. Squish! Oh dear. I have not been watching... what the heck is it? Okay, now I can't even remember what those penguins are from. Madagascar, that's the one. I am... Oops. I am not with it today, which is not unusual. Okay. I think I'm going to use a... Very nearly walked off the edge there. Right, let's use one of my hard-earned crystal cluster buds. There, that's better. Okay, that now feels a bit more like it's transitioning in... Yes. Although I'm not so keen on that. Okay, let's take that one back and that one out. What I'd like is a piece of tuff. I know I'm obsessing over a single block, which is probably a bad thing this early into the stream, but... Have you met me? Obsessing over a single block is what I do. Fortunately, it's obsessing over it in that level. Yep, that's all I needed. Just one shade off. Okay. If we had... First problem, pretties and place to all scales. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, I think I'm attacking the wrong block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack the block. Now that's a film I haven't watched in a while either. Actually, let's just take all of those. Weren't they supposed to be pondering a sequel to that? Although, God help them if they're pondering a sequel. I mean, the monsters in that were bad enough in the first one. Now, while we're still at a level that I can easily approach, let's work out... Yes, I did. Okay, so it's that one. That one. That one. That one. Enter. Now, if I wanted to make this look like a... Hey, Landstrad. I mean, we all have slight conceptual issues with existing. I know. Let's time is relative. Lunchtime doubly so. Yes. Now I need Apparently I need to sleep again. Really, Minecraft? That did not feel like a very fast day. Did not feel like that felt like a very fast. That did not feel like a day. That's the one. That doesn't look too bad. Is there a blackstone? Pressure plate. Ah, it's blackstone pressure plates. That's not going to help. I do not want to use blackstone. I want to put something on top of that X so that it's non-spawnable. Now, sometimes I might put in... Well, I was going to look for glow lichen, but apparently... Ah, there it is. Sometimes I might put in glow lichen. But... And those are only blackstone, so I can't put a button. That's not helpful. Right, fine. We're going to need something that will make it look like it's solid. Let's go with something expensive. Yep, that's pretty much the definition of expensive. I have now just decided to invest in decorative iron trapdoors. Because. Why does that look like it's staring at me? It's staring at me. What we might do is have something growing off the underside of some of these, but not many. Like the way that I probably had a whole heap of... No, I don't have any dirt. Why do I not have dirt? Normally I have dirt lying around for just such a... scaffolding occasion. Not sure scaffolding would have worked, actually. Yeah. But you're just in the way. Thank you. And now so are you. Fight. Be like that. So, you want to fight? Nope, that's not one. feel like I've forgotten something. I'm not sure what, but I feel like I've forgotten something. How the heck I'm gonna get down is probably one of them. That needs to be there. Ow. That needs to be there. That is very, very heavy. Ah, now I know what this is reminding me of. Dragon Quest Builders. That always felt very, very heavily blocky like this. Now the worrying thing is, there's an awful lot of this to build. Do I really, really want to do this all the way down? I mean, the obvious answer is yes, but do I really? That's backwards. Ah. Dagnabbit. There you go. And we can sign yet more stone to the deep. Let's take out the torch and check again. Okay, yep, nothing is spawnable, so I can live without the torch. I do like that for some reason the mini HUD has decided it's going to accept me today as being a user, and thus allow me to press the keys. Right. Now, the question becomes, how do we build a stairwell that the No Drama Safety Llama is not going to generally be very upset at me about? And I suspect strongly the answer is I won't, or at least I won't be able to, because it's the No Drama Safety Llama. He's going to be upset at me about something. Really? Is my inventory that full? The single solitary glowing sack is not going to be helpful. Oh, for bundles. Mojang? I'd like to have bundles, please. You've been thinking of implementing them for like 15.5 billion years. Where are they? Why can I not have them? I'm just gonna leave the stuff here. Ancient disused. OSHA isn't really relevant here. I mean, I'd like it to have started off OSHA compliant, and then possibly have been slightly murgerated. Murgerated? That's an interesting word that doesn't exist. Turned into a lot less safe as a result of, say, crystals growing through it. Dagnabbit. I was hoping that this wall actually led all the way down, but apparently it doesn't. So my first target is this outcropping down here, because that feels like a good place to have had the stairs attempt to land initially. My second thought is I need to sleep, because apparently the sun is setting. And my third thought is, why did I put away the what's the word I'm looking for? Stonecutter, because that would have been quite useful to have used around here. So let's go and get the stonecutter back. Might as well sort of attempt to build some of the staircase on the way down. Part of me says stairs, probably a good idea. That way I can run up and down this. I don't think we're going to use a 1 in 2 with half slabs. I think this will be a 1 in 1 with actual stairs. And I'm going to leave the spare bed here. Spare bed. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Actually, what I would like is some... and this as well, so that we can, you know, have it so that it is worn and broken down. Thousands and thousands of feet that never travelled down here, because this is the emergency set of stairs. Nobody in their right mind is going to travel up and down this on a regular basis, he says, except for the fact that he probably will initially. Although that said, I am pondering, so one of the things that is on my list of things to do is that I would like to have it so that there used to be a pumping station here, and one of the reasons, or one of the things that I have laid out on the surface, let's suffer from a complete and utter squirrel moment for a moment, because of course I would never ever get distracted. So this is not a building. This is not even the layout for a building. This is the layout for a water feature of some form. And okay, this is probably a bad idea, but hey, let's at least make let's cheat for a brief second. I am going to break the rule of never dig straight downwards. Yeah. Okay. It comes out a little bit further west than I thought it did. Oh, what a pity. This should be fun. I am so tempted to have the camera count watch as I suddenly appear through the ceiling and drop to my death. So, right. Nah, no damn good. You can't really see anything. Hold on, if I swap into Pretty's mode in this, it lights things up. I really should find one of those gamma controls options. Right, split screen. I am a dwarf and I'm digging straight down. This is not a good maneuver. Wait a minute. Wow, that just made life actually almost high up. What? Oh, that does not help in the... actually, it might. Well, that makes life slightly easier. How did I not see this on the way down in the camera count? Suspicious cave full of water is suspicious. I did not plan that. Right, let's take away the only thing keeping me alive, or the only thing keeping me from falling to my death. This should be clever. Whee! See? That worked. Right. So what we have, other than water in the way, I plan on turning that into a bubble elevator at some point, so that I can get up from down here a lot quicker. Okay. Let's see. So we've got a staircase down to there. I'm tempted to have the staircase come straight over to here and put some sort of ancient stone walkway over the top of this natural dam. Let's go with dam. I think dam is the right word at this point. Because, for no other reason, it'll probably be quite interesting. Question, how do I get back up there safely? Answer, no snagging clue. Fireworks. That was remarkably successful. I did not expect that to be successful. Now, one thing that I've been wondering is, do I happen to have in all of this something that allows me to So if I do that, does that make it easier to see in the cave? Because I'm very well aware that I'm digging in a cave, and it's not permanently lit up all over the place. Well, that feels better. Okay, I think I'll leave the gamma set to redonkulously high for the purposes of stream. Normally I would not recommend having gamma set that high. That amount of gamma tends to turn you green when you're angry. And you would not like me when I'm angry. Hell, I wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Silly statements. That's better. That feels a bit less like it's just solid. Actually, I'm curious. Now that I'm in... Wow. Don't make me set at don't make me don't make me try and word. I was gonna say don't make me set a set of bagpipes on you. That's dirt. Why the heck? Farfig Newton. I mean, the last thing you want is to be attacked by a rabid set of bagpipes. Although, to be honest, bagpipes aren't the worst thing. It's those free-roaming haggis. You gotta be very careful of them. They get very cranky. Especially because they tend to walk in one direction around a hillside and end up with two legs that are shorter than the other. And as a result, you end up finding that free-range haggis tend to have to be fitted with peg legs whenever they need to actually come down off the hill. Yeah. Roaming feral haggai. And those wooden peg legs chafe. And so the haggis, it when it's off the hillside, is just a cranky wee creature. And nobody wants to be set upon by a feral haggis. This moment of what the heck? Okay. Even I just had a moment of, what are you on, Scots? Apparently the answer to that is diorite. Or bird poop, depending on whether or not you subscribe to the... Tiny fey person riding a set of bagpipes like it's a horse. Absolutely. Leading a small pack of haggai. Don't forget. Riding a set of bagpipes and being chased by a set of haggai. Is the plural of haggis haggai? It feels like it's right, but it also feels like it's completely insane and wrong. Rat piper. Yep. So, by the way, why do I have one piece of blue wool? But I've just realised. Don't think the plural of haggis is haggai. Ah, that's a shame. I've just remembered where this one piece of blue wool came from, and seeing as how there's now a huge hole underneath it, I should probably go and put the safety wool back in place. I mean, it's probably fairly safe. There's water down there. But yeah. Haggises. A stack of lasagna is just a larger lasagna. Possibly? Now I'm trying to think, which is usually a bad sign. What colour scheme do we want for the ancient city of evil? No, the ancient area below this city. Do I want to continue with the highlights of nether brick? I mean, seeing as how we're heading down into a lava cavern, which currently has no lava, that word currently is going to indicate just how bad this is about to get over the near future. Yeah, I feel like chicken tonight. Lasagna isn't related to a football at all. How did lasagna get into the conversation? The point? What? This conversation will make... I pity anyone wandering in at the moment into this stream going, hey, let's have a look at what this random Scotsman is like. And discovering us talking about roving haggises and getting attacked by lasagna. I know that lasagna wasn't attacking, but, well, eventually it was going to become part of it. The other possibility is some poor soul's going to wander in, hear all of this, and go away hungry. Nope. This way into anything. It's an interesting concept. I've also decided that this should be a 3-wide stairway. Simply because a 2-wide stairway annoys me. In ways that I can't explain. This has got to me. I mean, that generally requires, or generally suggests, a problem with your eating, if the haggis got to you. That was perfectly fine, and I would have gotten away with it too if it went for those dang kids and that rotten haggis. If it's rotten haggis, you shouldn't be eating it. Conveniently, I have 3 of those and 2 of those. If I'm going for 3-wide, that's in the wrong place anyway. Dagnabbit. Right, let's try putting that where it should be. And now that I've done this, I can't have a 2x3 corner. It just would be so very wrong, so I guess we're going to a 3-wide. Right. And I should probably put that torch there for the moment. Right, that's 3-wide. Which means that I'm now short of one of those. Of course I am. And I want one of those there. Do I want this to be that Whoops. Less hungry than you did before. Well, that's also a side effect of haggis. A lot of people feel less hungry as a result of haggis. Either because they've eaten haggis, or because it's haggis. Tends to... Some people get put off by it. I mean, I know I'm one of them. them, mostly because I can't eat meat. But that's the other term there. Right. Let's put this up here. Aha! Oh. How did you end up over there? Okay, I would like to know what the heck I'm attempting to build. I mean, a lot of us would like to know what I'm attempting to build. I'm one of them. One of those, don't need those, don't need those. Do I? Nope. Nope. Really? I don't have any dark oak. Right, I'm not going to waste time running over here. I'm just going to fly. That's better. Fly back. Right, let's see. Why is my inventory an absolute car crash, as usual? Oh, I know. It's because I'm building something in Minecraft. I swear, building something in Minecraft is the quickest way to end up with absolutely no space in your inventory. Okay, let's put those in there for the moment. So I've got one of those, two of those, one of those. Yeah, that should be fine. And apparently it's time to sleep again. Right, now this is where we come up with a very interesting... I mean, it's interesting. You can get nether brick fence, but you can't get a nether brick fence gate, which I can perfectly understand. I mean, oh, fiddle. Of course. Of course. Interesting that the one on the right actually was connecting higher than lower. I would have expected that to have connected lower as well. Let's swap that for that, bring that in here. The dark oak fence gate is to avoid having just a row of nether brick fence, and was going to actually allow for the peaceful transfer between dark oak, between nether brick and gates and walls, because you can't join a gate and a wall. That looks crap. That looks absolutely terrible. Well, at least we worked that out. Time to apply first for all the pretties. I don't like it in any way, shape or form. Right. Okay, so we're not using that as a texture. Nice to have ruled that out quickly. It only took like half a dozen different runs up and down the stairs. Matter. And a trick to get dark oak. Gar. Waste. Okay, so what are we going to do there? Stone? Deep slate? Deep slate might actually work. Yeah, let's go for deep slate walls. I've got deep slate. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. What do we go for? What type of wall? I'm still thinking those are way too blocky. One of the reasons why I'm focusing on the stairs is I'm not sure I like these. Whoops. I should really, possibly consider doing the rest of those stairs as well, so that I don't fall through them. Let's do something about those stairs for a second. After all, it would be a great shame / comedy moment if I were to start coming down the stairs and fall straight through them, and then go, well, that sucks, and end up dead for some reason. Let's see. Deep slate tile? Deep slate brick? Deep slate... No, not polished. Polished is too polished. But then again, the polished might be right, because it's going between the polished basalt. And of course, yeah, I think that's the right colour. So I need a pair of stairs to support that. I know nobody in their right mind is ever going to see this from the outside, but I'm not in my right mind, and I probably will look anyway. Greetings, Lollipop. 2x20. 2x12? 2x. That. I end up under the... Thank you for the follow. And a stretch. Oh, stretch is a bad thing. Stretch is a bad thing. But... Oh, there we are. Oh. Yep, apparently I needed that one. Oh. Always feels better when I do that. Welcome to the stream, and I hope you're enjoying the silliness. I'll sort out lighting later, but I think I'd like to put an ancient lantern? If anyone's encountered ancient lanterns, I'd like to know where, because apparently I seem to have just invented them. I meant soul lanterns. But apparently an ancient lantern would be a very interesting thing. Ancient lantern was in a mod. You sure that's in a mod or in a mood? I'm just not sure about that. I either want those to be both one higher or neither to be one higher. And that one feels like it should be higher because it feels like I should have something for OSHA to, you know, at least make the no drama safety llama less upset about. I'd like to get down to there. The question is, how? I mean, the obvious answer is stairs. Duh. But how do I build the stairs? Right. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Okay, let's work from here. Temporary scaffolding. What am I stuck against? Oh, a wall. Temporary scaffolding stuck against a wall. Okay, let's go across. Okay, so one there, one there. Okay, so I don't need quite so much of... Am I placing these in the right place? Yes, I hope so. The joys of attempting to build things in survival. It would be so much easier if this was in creative. The interesting thing is that suggests that this is not... Okay. 1-in-1 is not a good staircase for this. Right, let's work out the height that I want this raised walkway. Right, let's raise the walkway up to here. No, just one up. Right. That's 2 skulls. Apparently I can't even count 2 successfully. Doing great here. Actually, let's... Brilliant. Really? Let's give myself some stone. I should really come through with some mossy stone and start thinking about colours and textures. But first problems first. Okay, so none of this is valid. Good to have rolled that out fast. Skulk around the underground area. Oh, Cyber, that's a lovely thought. I just don't have much skulk. And I don't have a skulk farm. Oh yeah, you can generate it. Whoa. Fortunately, that was an area with water in it. You just murder things on top of a skulk catalyst, preferably over the top of a stone generator. And I have been pondering it. Dagnabbit. Now I'm going to have to build a skulk generator, aren't I? Because I really like that idea. I'd been pondering it for something else. Oops. And my spare bed's up at the surface. It's dark. And it's raining Scotsman. It's dark and it is raining. Oh, lovely. This is a bad idea. I should have probably... Oh, suicide shrub. No. Go away. No. Duck this. Run away. Let's get out of... Let's get to a distance where things despawn, please. That was nearly painful. There was a suicide shrub right next to my bed. Hey. Okay. Brain. Yeah, right. As if I have a brain. I think the biggest problem would be I would really find it very useful to have another... it would be really useful to have a spawner of some form. And the only spawner I'm going to have locally... I mean, there might be a spider spawner in the mine. Hello? Are we in a slime chunk? Apparently so, because that's not a suicide shrub. I did not know this was a slime chunk. Obvious statement. Duh. Of course I didn't know this was a slime chunk. Slime form that's also... yeah, slime... Oops. I need to take those out. I have ideas. This is not a good time. Not a good time for me to start having ideas. I don't tend to go through much slime, I will admit. Although some slime blocks might be an interesting architectural element. Oh. Wall! We just found something to anchor this to. Actually, that might be an interesting thing. What was I thinking? I don't know. Oh yes, spider spawner. There's probably... murder gravel. Huh. Okay, this place really is attempting to kill me at every opportunity. Wondering if I could just harness the slow death of constant glow squid. But that would probably be a bad thing as well. I was not expecting murder gravel. I'm only slightly thrown off of my game here. Partially because I am actually pondering the whole concept of a skulk farm and wondering how to do it. Because a skulk farm would be really quite useful right now. Am I in the right place? Yes. Okay, that's alright. I was about to say, it would be really bad if I was to start building this staircase upside down. Goodbye forever. I know I've just changed blocks, but... Oh. This isn't going to line up. How far off am I? Ooh. Less far off than I Wow. Okay. Who wants to declare it? I'm pretty sure that we've just been visited by the standard off by one fairy. Believe it. Yet another plus minus one. Yep. If I take out that block, am I going to get attacked by water? No. That's good. There's no stairs here. There are no stairs here. Yep. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to put a small archway under that so that it looks like it's supported on the arch, and then probably just have these stairs supported on something else. TBD. Whenever the heck I work out what it is. Yes. I was thinking spawner. And I have a sneaking suspicion I know where there might be one. Yes, it can be done even when the mob just dies of natural causes. So if you happen to have Skulk on the surface, for example, not Skulk, if you happen to have a Skulk catalyst on the surface and it becomes night and you have mobs roaming around and night ends and the mobs catch fire and suddenly burst into flames and die, that will cause Skulk to spread. See also the entire Hermitcraft server after Joel, was it Joel? No, Cubfan basically buried somewhere in the realms of 4,000 Skulk catalysts under it. Because hey, 4,000 Skulk catalysts is a perfectly fun thing for somebody to bury underneath an entire world. Now, if I'm right, let's put this here for the moment. Hello, I have 3 Skulk catalysts. But more importantly, I have enough Skulk to experiment with before we actually go down the path of trying to build. I think there's going to be too much of a contrast here. Let's temporarily use this area. It's too green. think this was why I was using the crying obsidian. Yeah, Sculk Catalyst isn't going to work. Which is a shame. Because it would have been so much easier to obtain than crying obsidian. Oh. Well, apparently that wasn't the right hoe for getting the Sculk back. Dagnabbit. Also, I happen to have a small supply of glowing sacks in here, and I have 2 saddles. I knew I had 2 saddles around here somewhere. I wondered where those were. Well, at least I now know where my spare saddles are. Echo shards, Sculk veins. Oh, I actually have endrods in here. And a large amount of obsidian. Okay, so we now know that Sculk is not going to work, unfortunately. Nice thought, though, Cyber. Also, where and let's take down these. So what this is telling me is I need to set up a gold farm and a trading farm. Neither of which are going to be fun. I'm trying to avoid those. At least for the next 6 months, maybe. Do I have cobblestone? Hey, Nanian. Oh, we had already established those. I was rapidly attempting to forget it. We were just exploring the possibility of using something else like Sculk. And unfortunately, Sculk is not the solution. Shame. Might have been. Nice. Right, let's work our way up from here. Oh, I should probably at least put the... yeah, let's put one of those there. Let's put a cobblestone in. Hold on. I should have been doing the underside of this. Yeah. Oh well. I'll deal with the underside on the way back up. Meh. Actually, was I gonna... yeah. Okay, right. Let's at least not make myself have to do this 3 times. Instead, we'll only do it twice. Because, hey. Yabba-dabba-doo. You're in the wrong place. Not wanted there. Let's do that. Those. That. Those underneath it. That. There. I could really do with 2 more stone stairs. Not stone brick, just stone. I should really go through this with moss because it is that damp down here. As in mossy stone brick and mossy cobble. How's that looking? Yeah, it's looking ancient and beaten up. Okay. So now we have stairs. Down to here at least. Not so sure about the down to there part. Also, how's the geode doing? Ow! Ooh, goody. It's got, now let's that's... No, that's the right one. Some of these are not full grown, which is nice because a couple of them are at the large state, which is what I've been short of. Oh dear. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Nanian. Let's see. 2 mediums, oh, 3 large, and 7 clusters. That's not bad. Thank you for the ominous music, Minecraft. Or the ominous noise. Whatever. I'm still not liking the X's at the top of that. Also, which one of these is the one I want to go up? This one? Yep, that gets me up. Interesting. So we've got a 3-wide staircase, and I'm thinking of putting a 3-wide walkway around the top of this. Part of me says I should probably consider working out the pump house fairly shortly, because if I don't do that, I'm going to end up building probably stuff around it where I don't want it to be, or stuff where yeah, let's figure out things. Spare bed. Don't seem to be making as much progress as I'd like to today. Ooh, that might work. That might work. I have an idea. So, let's empty my inventory a bit because I'm about to need expensive items. No, you don't go in there. You go in here. Like so. And I'll hold on to the rest for the moment. No. Yeah, we can get rid of the glow lichen for the moment. Right. Oh boy, I only have 39 of those. That's enough to prove the concept. So I've been mentally churning over the whole I don't like the... Actually, let's just bring... Really? Let's just bring that entire chest with me. Even if it is a shulker box. Let's bring both of those. I've got a blocky bits one and a light grey one. Blocky bits will be the dark black materials, and light grey will be the nether materials. Right. Here and here. This one is the one. Right. Let's use dirt for the moment. Right. This I don't like. It's way, way too blocky. Which is a shame, because it's possibly the right colour. But equally, it's also just not right. So, what if we swap it? Now the question is, how do we do this? Do I have scaffolding on me? Yes, I do. Oh, no, I was gonna go. I have just successfully wasted several of the blocks that are really quite hard to get hold of. By throwing them into the void. Looks nothing like a black cat. Excuse me, sir. Where did you come from? This whole area was spawn-proof. Now, Mini-HUD is refusing to accept key presses again. I'm sorry, but where did you come from? Nope. No clue. Wonderful. Somewhere around here we have a spare section of spawnable space. Just what I didn't want. Right. Ooh. Apparently there was quite a lot down there that I had yeeted into the void. I should probably be sleeping. Preferably not somewhere next to a where I'm going to find a suicide shrub appearing. Unlike earlier, where we did have one decide that it was really close to me. Fortunately, the spare bed is spare. Right. Now, I was thinking of doing this. No, I was not. Oh. That's good. Unfortunately, I don't know if you've only just returned. I don't know how long you were gone for. I tried Skulk against the crystals, and it's too green, and therefore, much as how a Skulk farm would be very useful at a future point for a different area, it's not going to work against the crystals. That I don't care about. That I can live without. That doesn't look good. That just does not look good. Oh. Poop. I need something thinner than a wall. Or something... And something that actually looks better than a fence. And I don't mean thinner than a wall, I meant thinner than a stair. Dagnabbit. Half slab of low X. I think the problem is, no matter what I do, it's going to end up looking way too blocky. Ow. Oh, wow. I misjudged that very, very badly. I thought I was... I agree. It is Minecraft. It's supposed to look blocky. I also need to... Off by 1 heart. Yeah! That was... That was stupid. I think I have a better idea. Yes, they do. And I'm aware I'm back in the gold boots again. I was in the nether earlier. I have an idea. And the question is, can I make it work? Possibly. Very, very possibly. This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm going to stop attempting to build right over the top of a giant pit, which is right where I'm going to die if I fall. So let's temporarily... let's build a fake version of this up on the surface. Because apparently I have issues with remembering to not full plate and pair of designer sneakers. I mean, that would be unlikely for me on the grounds that I would never even understand the concept of designer sneakers. But I was in the nether earlier, as I say. So that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Right. Let us have a temporary... Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. There. I have a pair of temporary pillars to attempt to build between. I am going to need my metals chest, and actually I think the rest is in there. Time to install a bounce pad at the bottom. Hey, we've just found a reason for making a slime farm. I mean, it was commented on earlier that this area was... Why do I not have any dirt? Okay, we'll just use stone as a temporary construction block then. If I do 2, that's... Of course it's an off by 1 error. feel like I really should That feels not bad. An off by one emote is on my list of things to do. I just don't have... I haven't gotten around to pondering the acquisition of such a thing yet. I feel like I need that to be slightly taller. Oh, well, let's make it slightly taller. Duh. Yeah, I'm fairly sure I have the emote slot. Ow. What if we did? Well, apparently that's a bad idea. Get back here. How does that look? That actually looks pretty good structurally. I think I prefer that than the X's. I am, however, tempted to... Let's change this slightly. That's one idea. I like that one. I have another possibility. Okay, apparently Minecraft is in the mood to try and freak me out. Now, it's a shame that grindstones don't have... no, I wanted that. There's nothing that directly mimics the centerpiece of a the bit between grindstones. If I were to have that, I really would like just a fractional extension between those two. Shame, because that looks really... It looks better like that. Fences wouldn't work. The problem with fences is they go singular when they're when they're just on their own. Let's just use another brick fence since it's the first thing I've found. Like so. And thus doesn't quite fit. What about... I know I had some... Really? I could have sworn I had some dark oak planks left over. Actually, I wonder... Would a dark oak fence gate? Nope. Too high. Fine on the bottom, fine on the underside of it, not so good on the upper side. I think apparently both of us are sharing the brain cell today, Cyber. That makes a change. Usually I'm sharing that particular brain cell with Raven. Let's try spruce planks just to see. If I used a full block... Well, let's try a full block in the right place. You see, that's just too solid. I think we're getting into metal bars. Same problem, a single metal bar just looks like effectively a tiny little thing on its own. You need something either side of it. The only thing that really fits with them is themselves. However, what if we did this? Let's make it. What if instead of going odd for the distance, we went even? Not bad. And we could balance it up a bit more by doing another pair of chains either side. And then we could have chains running between those and the next block down, and just as a sort of set of 3 sets of chains going down. Or even just have 2 chains. Ooh, yeah. 1 chain. Sorry, 2 chains going down from these ones. Wonderful, thank you. And nothing here. So we just alternate a couple of chains, say 3 or 4 chains down, then this, and then another 3 or 4 chains down, then this. I think that might work. It looks old, it looks very sort of industrialized and solid, and very much like it's sort of tensioning all of this up, particularly if you think about the fact that these would be a loop almost. Hey Ritsu! It is going to eat grindstones, but I think that might actually be the idea. I think we have a design. Right. What I need is... well, I have enough chains to keep me going for a while, which certainly sounds kinky. And I can never remember what I need for grindstones. Stone slabs and planks. Stone slabs I have in the significant numbers. Sticks we have in significant numbers. Planks we are short of. I have oak plank. I have oak over at. Ritsu is usually alive. Well, whenever Ritsu is choosing to lay on chat, Ritsu is alive. I would be very upset if Ritsu was not alive. Right, how many grindstones do we have? A stack and change. That feels like that might be a good start. Let's see what we can do with this. Now that we've come up with something that actually doesn't upset me by being just hideous. There's my anchor point. Actually, for the very base here, we might do that as well. So that it actually... Yeah, that works. And... Whoops. Now we need another one. Probably best to be using scaffold at this point. I mean, we'll have to swap over to actual stone every so often so that we can do things like shift clicking, just like now. And I think we'll not do another... How does that look? Oh, that looks so much better. I like that. I can work with this. I can really work with that. That looks so much more interesting and just less blocky than that. And yet still still sort of... Yes. Okay. This is going to take a hot minute, but where are we on time? Okay. Let's deal with getting this out of the way first. Just fits. Is that right? Yep. Okay, so it's 1, 2. Let's do a third. No. This is gonna hurt. Yep. And apparently I need to sleep, because of course I do. And there, and there, and there, and there, and I need to do... you... So, I like that. I think that we can run that. Hey, welcome back, Raven. I think I like that significantly more than the X's. Whoops. I've missed. 2 chains. There. It does. And I think industrial is the look I really wanted, because this is a very industrial area underneath the city. It's going to be effectively what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like a thermal hydroelectric plant. So the sort of intention is there's going to be a pumping station. This is going to become a lot more sort of thermal springs. There's going to be, I would love to have sort of smoke coming from the edges. I'd love to have smoke in the middle, but it's just not going to be possible to have that much smoke coming up through it. It's too deep. But we can possibly add bubbles using a lot more of the magma blocks, which will probably upset and maybe even murder an awful lot of glow squid. What a shame. This is for the elevator, yes. But the intention is I'm going to have the elevator and I'm going to have the very much more beaten up staircase as well. I think I'm going to have to take out this wall so that I can run the chains all the way to ground level. Why am I doing this with a... I'm making the... Exactly. Don't forget, Raven, in this instance, the major stress force is going to be attempting to push outwards on the pillars. Their problem is going to be that they are under a lot of stress outwards rather than inwards. And so you would want to, well, because they're being pushed downwards by earth and the weight of the stone above them, and outwards as well by anything within them. So you're actually wanting to have them in tension being held inwards instead of allowing them to bow outwards. It might not. It might be that I am completely talking absolute rot and I keep using the wrong pick. I was about to go, I need to swap over to the... I think you're about right there, Tor. So everything would be pushing downwards onto this as a pillar. Assuming this pillar is strong enough to support the weight of everything above it. But in doing so, by compressing downwards, it's going to want to go somewhere. Which is meaning it's going to want to flex outwards, most likely. And so, by putting it under tension, you prevent it from bowing outwards. Obviously, the problem would be it could bow inwards, but then again, that's what we've got the occasional one of these for. That prevents it bowing inwards. That stops it bowing inwards, but what stops it bowing outwards? Hence the tensioning. And I keep using... How much deep slate have I got? There we are. I do try to make sense. I might not, and fully anticipate that if a structural engineer were to take one look at this, they would probably call me insane. But then again, I am. Oh dear. Sounds like everyone's feeling a bit crock today. That's both you and Nanian. Everything wants to flex. Mondays are not good for sanity. I very much resemble that. Resemble that? Recognize. Why didn't I do this a minute ago? Because I could have done that. Ow. I love the fact that I'm using Silk Touch on cobble. Right. Ugh. That sucks, Raven. Hold on. I need one down, one up, one down. Why did I put the... Let's make it... Right. Do actually need a... Alright. There. There we go. And then we need to get this scaffolding out of the way. There's got to be an easy way to build this. Unfortunately, I suspect there probably isn't. No. Right, now we can put the chains in, and so, and that, there. And what we will do is we will put in some chain. 1, 2, there. 1, 2, there. And now we've got one in, we can do this, and we can just follow it around. And then we run out, of course. It's not even an off by 1 this time. Haven't done any of the chains on this one. Okay, and here, and here, and there, there. That one's done, that one's done, okay. Sure I had a piece of cobble lying around somewhere. Right, so that gives me the base. Well, that's a shame. Most of the chain doesn't show up. I think it'll show up when I go up further. Oops, I've just realised it is dark on the surface. Which is a shame, because I really need more basalt. Okay, first problems first. Let's make sure that it's not dark anymore. Do I have any more basalt? No. Oh boy. Cowardice is the better part of survival, so let's just glowing chains. That's an interesting concept. I can't think what they would be made of, but it's an interesting concept. Okay, we are nowhere near far enough away. I just saw a suicide shrub. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Chains plus glow squid ink makes sense. It's just, what would they be made of? Why would they exist? Call me strange, but I like to have reasons for things to exist. Other than the fact that, yes, they would look very pretty. What did I come up here for? Oh, basalt. I mean, this is my build. Yeah, that is reason enough. Are you not impressed? Are you not entertained? No, there's this mad Scotsman talking. Speaking of glowing things, I should have picked up some glow lichen. Not much, just a couple of bits of it. Like most of the stack that I've got up here. I'm going to have to make some more glow lichen. Glow lichen is a thing and it can grow on metal. Yeah, it'd be nice if it grew on metal that was... Yes. Brain is currently attempting to fill in half a dozen gaps simultaneously. Yeah, Shadow's version makes much more sense. It would be the mossy metal, effectively. so. One there. Add a chain. Right, I would like to have one here. Like so. One there. Ow. Apparently I forgot which section of this I went upwards through. I'd really like to put one on the outside here. Oh, there. And I'm going to put some glow lichen just like so. Get that back. Yep. Okay, with the glow lichen in, it looks a lot better. Right. I now want to do a taller, possibly double section of this in the next section of... oh. I've just seen the time. That's annoying. Harumph. Let's start plotting this out. Yeah, I'm not sure where the time went. I'm pretty sure that we had far more of the time available than this. Okay, so that gets that one in. And the haggises ran off with it. Yeah, that was a very silly conversation. I do approve. Right. Wow. I am already out of... I'm already out of grindstones as well. Well, that's another problem. So I was going to do a double section before putting in another one of the another cross brace, because I think that there's probably room for 4 vertically, so it would be 2 of these, cross brace 2 more. So yes, I think I need to head to the surface, find somewhere. Let's not fall out of the waterfall. Thank you very much, Scots. Let's head for the surface, get the camera count into Pretty's mode, have a quick look at what we've built, and then wrap up. And what I might do is make an absolute metric buttload of grindstones ready for tomorrow between streams. So let's do step 1, get to somewhere safe. Safe has been acquired. Step 2. Shader packs. Now, let's have a look at the base of this. That actually I quite like. I really do. I think we're going to have fun with this. We spent a lot of time working out what the heck I was going to do with all of this, but I think we're going to have some very interesting architecture down here. And I think now that we've got the beginnings of a structure... Hey, Squishy. Your timing is wonderful, and yes, I am growing dwarf. This is the area of the volcanic lava cavern, which is below the caldera city. There will be a huge pool of lava down here at a future point, and there will be, probably more importantly, crystals growing everywhere. However, I'm afraid that we have reached wrapping up point for the evening. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good there. So, yeah, this is gonna take forever to build, but that's the idea really, isn't it? I would like to say thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. I know we didn't make much progress, but that was because the first rule of Pretties got applied 3 times, maybe 4. And it's going to continue to be applied regularly while I try and figure things out. I will be back again tomorrow at my usual time, which, now that we're out of the Twilight Zone, when time zones don't match up, is my usual time for everybody. 2.5 hours previously to now. I hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope everyone has a good evening. And I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.